Alright guys, so tip number one, 50, 25, 25 rule. Put 50% of it away. Take half of the money that you're taking with you, which will be 25% of the whole thing. Put that in your pocket. Other 25, you want to put it in your sock. Alright, what's up guys, your boy L checking in. Look, I'm still out here in Barranquilla, Colombia. I get a lot of questions. Hey, check, do you feel comfortable in Colombia? How do you go around to these neighborhoods? How do you go to these countries and stay safe? And how do you go from place to place and not be afraid? Look guys, being honest, I'm always afraid. I don't know if you guys can see it in the videos, but I'm always alert. I'm always looking around. Doesn't matter if it's in Colombia, doesn't matter if it's in DR, nice places, London. I'm always alert because there's dangerous places everywhere. You can be in a sticky situation any place you go, even in your own neighborhood. But look, there are certain precautions I try to take when I'm out here filming for you guys. I always try to keep my head on a swivel and do the best I can to keep myself in the best position to be as safe as possible. So today I have 6 ways you can stay safe when traveling abroad and when traveling to Colombia, because guess what? That's where I'm at. So if that's interesting, stick around, let's get it. Alright guys, so tip number one, the 50, 25, 25 rule. This is a rule I live by, guys. It is very helpful. So basically what you want to do, I'll give an example. You have $100, right? That's the money you bring on your trip. $100. You want to take half of that, put it away immediately. Never go outside with all of your money. Put 50% of it away. Then take half of the money that you're taking with you, which will be 25% of the whole thing. Put that in your pocket. And the other 25, you want to put it in your sock. Let me say it again. So let's say you have $100, right? Just keep the math simple so you guys could follow along. You put $100 on this trip. From the $100, you're going to put $50 up somewhere. You're going to take the 50 of that other 50. You're going to put $25 in your pocket and $25 in your sock. Just in case something goes bad, the culprit is mainly going to check your pockets, take $25. Now check your socks, so at least you still have half of the money you brought outside with you. The other 50 in the house, so you still have 75% of your money on you, and they only got away with the 25%. Some people may say, why not just leave the 25% that you put in your sock, leave it in the house? Well, for me personally, a lot of times I don't like to travel with so little money, just in case you meet up and you guys go out drinking, and you want to be able to cover your portion of the tab. So I always like to have that extra money in my pocket to maneuver and run around with. Now, other people may say, well, why don't you just carry a credit card? I do. And this is also a part of the 50-50 rule. So basically, I carry at least 4 cards with me. And I know that seems crazy. 4 cards, I carry 2 debit cards and 2 credit cards. And I'll tell you why. Credit cards are really tricky, especially internationally. Sometimes they decline. So if you're out with no cash on you and you get a bill and your credit card isn't working, you're in a whole situation. So what I do is, again, I don't want to be out, get into a situation and get my belongings taken and be left with nothing. So I use the 50-50 rules. I bring 4 cards, carry 2, leave 2 in the house. Now, I carry 2 outside because, again, if something goes wrong with that card, I got my debit card on me. That could cover it. I also like to use credit cards mostly, but if the debit card, it is what it is. I got to use it just in case the credit card is not working. So also a great way to kind of not keep all your eggs in one basket. Now you have 2 cards and you can use that whole process. Let's say somebody took your whole wallet, you still got that second option that's in the house, safely tucked away. And that would make the 50-50 rule on the credit cards, 50, 25, 25 with the money. I hope that makes sense. All right, guys, tip number 2. And this one is way harder to do, but if you can do it, I promise you it will make your life 10 times better and also bring you 100 times peace of mind. So basically what I do is I always have 2 phones. The second phone doesn't have to be anything fancy. It'll get the job done as long as it can, have applications and Google Maps. That's it. Google Maps and Uber, really. That's the only thing the second phone needs. And I take that second phone outside to actually move around with. Now, my personal iPhone has everything in it. It has my childhood memories, everything installed in it, Apple Pay and all of that. So it's way riskier to be carrying this around because 9 out of 10 times, what the thief or the criminal wants is your iPhone and your money. Those two things, iPhone and your money. They could care less about anything else. So when I'm outside and I have my second phone, which is an Android with Uber, Google Maps, those are the only two things I need. I can actually take that outside, walk around with confidence. If somebody takes the Android, whatever, it was just kind of a second throwaway phone. It gives me the peace of mind of walking around with my iPhone and being outside, There are times I take my iPhone when I'm going to, a nice neighborhood or something really quick. I take my iPhone, but if I'm going to another neighborhood, like, when I went to the streets of DR, or when I went to other dangerous places, I try to take the Android just in case something bad happens. That way they don't get my main phone, they get my second phone, which isn't that important to me. And I can, have more peace of mind. Of course, if you aren't a frequent traveler, don't go and buy a second phone just to, be outside. But if you are going to places that you feel a little sketchy about, or you think, man, something bad can happen, or maybe you just have a second phone laying around the house that you use for business or whatever, but you don't think to take it on a trip with you, bring that phone. It's good, it's helpful, just so you know how you'll be able to move around and get around without having your main phone on you. That's a really good tip for number 2 that has helped me out a lot. All right, guys, tip number 3, the stutter step. I stutter step a lot, bro. And basically, let me explain what a stutter step is. So a lot of times criminals, they like to stalk, they like to pursue you, they like to see how you move, they like to see, your vibe. They wanna see if you're an easy target, if you're gonna put up a fight. Are you paying attention? Do you have stuff hanging out of your pocket? Is there something in your back pockets? Are your pockets bulky? They like to stalk a little bit. Like, they don't really, from my experience, like to just, jump out. They wanna look you up and down, size you up, make sure that, things are gonna go as planned in their mind. So they like to watch and see. They want to make sure that you're not paying attention, and they want to kind of catch you off guard going down a side alley, or going down the wrong block to a neighborhood. There's less police and all that stuff. So essentially, what I'm saying is criminals like to pursue. And one thing I do is I try to always stay observant, but also try to let them know that I'm also like, one, it does 2 things, the stutter steps. It lets them know you're comfortable. It kind of throws them off, especially if you're in an area where you kind of blend in, because they're stalking, they're trying to see, like, is this guy a foreigner? You may have your iPhone in your hand, like, what's going on with this guy? And most foreigners, they just do a beeline to wherever their destination is at. So it makes them, second guess, like, hey, what's going on with this person? And 2, it lets them know, like, you're alert, like, you're on your P's and Q's. So basically, what a stutter step is, I'll put a video up when I was in Cali, I think, or I was in some part of Colombia, just to give you guys an example. And I did it for this exact reason. I felt like the heat. But look, if you're in a marketplace, right, and somebody's grilling you, so you're like, oh man, what's going on with this guy? You get up, you go out. What I do is, once I get outside, I stutter step. And that's when I come to a complete stop, because it makes them uncomfortable. I look over, see if that person's following me. If that person's still following me, I'm like, all right, now I'm very high alert. I walk to the corner a little bit more, and I stutter step again. And that allows me to look back. I see that person following me still. Now I know this person is pursuing me. So what I do is I go to the first public place I see, supermarket, anywhere where there's a lot of people, some type of store, like, just to get the heat off you. Hopefully you put enough second guessing, because a lot of us see criminals as like superhumans, right? Fearless. But a lot of times they have a lot of fear, and they're second guessing themselves, and they're really pushing themselves to do this. So if you go and stutter step twice, and they feel like that you're onto them, it might deter them and might, save you from getting into a sticky situation, getting robbed or whatever. But it's just something that I do that really helps me gauge the situation and kind of put me from defense to offense, if that makes sense. So I recommend all you guys do this as often as possible when you don't feel comfortable. If you're traveling somewhere outside of the resort or the tourist area, like I said, keep your head on the swivel, stutter step, just to get the heat off of you, to make sure that you're not being followed. All right, guys, tip number 4, always dress regular. Do not put on the bling bling and the fancy stuff and Guys, a lot of times I just wear a humble outfit like white shirt, gray pants, something super simple. Unless I'm going to a place that I know is like cool or a festival that had a lot of like bright colors on. I wear my channel shirt now a lot, which I mean I'm kind of hesitant about it because it's in English. So you just straight give off your cover like that because they know, all right, this guy's a gringo or whatever. But again, at the same time, it's a black T-shirt, so I mean you're not gonna get much from it. So look, always wear humble fit. In my old videos, I show you right there, like usually what I wear going out, especially when I'm going to sketchy neighborhoods, just to feel comfortable. If you could wear something similar just to feel comfortable. It's not worth putting on Prada, Gucci, and all that, and getting so much attention, because guess what? That's gonna bring the wrong type of attention. Unless you're going directly from your hotel to a party, from the party to your hotel, it's fine. Don't worry about it. But if you're walking around, don't treat it like a day on Fashion Week or whatever in Manhattan. Just treat it like you're actually in another country that you don't know, and you don't know what's going on. So be aware of that. That's pretty important. Guys, tip number 5: tag your location. Tag your location. This is super helpful just to give your friends and families peace of mind of where you're at. I use it with my sister, mom, cousins. They all have my location at all times within my iPhone. You can do find my location and you can add them directly there. It gives them peace of mind. It gives me peace of mind. If that happens, they know where I'm at. Makes me feel better about myself. And it's just a good thing to have when you're traveling abroad, because again, it's just that transparency where your friends and family actually will know, like, you're okay, all right, I see you there in the apartment. This is probably their apartment because they're always there. Or I see them out, I see them return to their apartment. It's just a nice safety tip to have, that even I just recently found out about. I'm not sure how you do it on an Android. I'm sure they have something similar, but iPhone users, find my location, tag yourself so people will always know where you are at, not on social media, and find my location with your loved ones so they can find you really quick and know where you're at. That's tip number 5. And the last tip number 6, I know you guys are tired of me, but I'm just going to close it out with a real simple one that sometimes people forget. Do not walk around with your passport. Back in the days, I know a lot of people carry like a copy. Even when I started traveling, man, I just feel old. I would print out a copy of my passport just to have it because, just in case police stop you or whatever, you want to have a copy of your passport. Don't ever take your passport outside, because imagine it gets lost or you get robbed. They're not going to be like, oh, just keep your passport. They're going to take everything. Or it's a possibility they may take everything, and that's a problem. So make sure you walk around not with your passport. You can do it the old-fashioned way. I just take a picture on my iPhone now, and I have my your state ID. Most likely is fine too if the cops stop you and need identification. But I usually take a picture on my phone and have my state ID. I've been stopped in Colombia with my state ID, in DR with my state ID, and I've been fine. So just so you know, do not go outside with your passport, because anything's likely to happen, you might lose it. But look, guys, I'm gonna leave it here. You know the name, you know the face, you know the brand. It's Check-In, not a YouTuber, a dude on YouTube, trying to make some videos. I hope you guys like this one. Like, comment, subscribe, please, if you found any of these helpful. I'll be back with another one. Remember, Barranquilla. I think this is going to close out Barranquilla, but if not, we got more coming. It's your boy Check-In. Check out the whole series out here. We out.
What's up, guys? If you like the shirt you see me wearing in this video or any of my other videos, check out the description box below to get yours.